Welcome. Let's convert angles between degrees and radians. We are given the following degree measurements, and we want to represent them in terms of radian. And for that, we need to remember the scaling factor. If given degrees and we want to represent them in terms of radians, all we gotta do, we gotta multiply by pi divided by 180. In example A, we're given 30 degrees. Let's start by visualizing this measurement. If we start on our x-axis and we travel about 30 degrees, we're going to end up somewhere around this location. Now to represent the location in radians, let's get our degrees, which is 30, and let's multiply by our factor of pi over 180. And now we got to multiply those two. Notice that 30, we can divide it by 1, so now we can really see that we're multiplying two fractions. And to do that, we multiply top times top, so the numerator is going to be 30 times pi, and the denominator is going to be 180. The last thing that we got to think about is how we can simplify this fraction. 30 divided by 180. For that, we can use our graphing calculator. Let's put down 30 divided by 180. If we would have pressed enter, we would have gotten a decimal representation of that. We do not want that. So let's place down that fraction again. But before we press enter, let's hit the math button here. And let's choose option 1. Which is fraction. And what we're telling the calculator is, I'm giving you a fraction, and I want the result to also be given as a fraction. So now let's press enter. So now we can set the fraction 30 divided by 180 is equivalent to 1 over 6. So after the simplification, we got 1 pi divided by 6 radian. Now let's convert 120 degrees. Let's start by visualizing what that means. If we start on our x-axis, if we travel 1/4 of a circle, that's 90 degrees. We just need to go a little bit beyond 90 degrees, which is about here. So this angle that we're showing here, it's about 120 degrees. Now let's represent this measurement in radian. Let's get our degrees, 120, and let's multiply by the scale factor. So this is equivalent to 120 pi divided by 180. But now let's simplify the fraction. 120 divided by 180. Let's get our calculator. Let's put down 120 divided by 180. Let's go to the math button, which is here. And let's choose option 1. And now when we press enter, the fraction of 120 divided by 180 is equivalent to 2 divided by 3. So now we can say that we have 2 pi divided by 3 radian. Now let's take a look at how we can go the opposite way, from radians to degrees. We are given radian measurements, and we want to convert it to degrees. And the idea is the same. We need to multiply by a scale factor, but now notice that the scale factor is 180 divided by pi, the reciprocal of what we used in our previous examples. Notice that it's a little bit complicated to represent the angle that represents pi divided by 4. Notice that's going to be easier when we convert it into degrees. So let's get our radian measurement, pi over 4. And now let's multiply by 180 divided by pi. This is a multiplication. And notice that on the numerator, we have a pi. And on the denominator, we also have a pi. So the pi's will cancel out. So now we have 180 divided by 4 degrees. Let's find that value in our calculator. So this radian measurement is equivalent to 45 degrees. Now let's visualize this angle. If we start on the x-axis, if we were to travel 45 degrees, which is half of a quarter of a circle, this will be the same as pi over 4 radian. In example B, let's convert 4 pi divided by 3 into degrees. Let's just multiply by our scale factor, 180 over pi. Notice that pi is on the numerator as it is on the denominator. They're multiplying, so they will cancel out. So now we have the value of 4 times 180 divided by 3. Multiplying numerators with numerators and denominators with denominators. Let's find that value using our calculator. Now let's divide it by 3. So the radian measurement of 4 pi divided by 3, it's equivalent to 240 degrees. Let's visualize that angle. If we start on the x-axis, if we travel half a circle, that's 180 degrees. So to go to 240, let's just go a little bit beyond that. Hello. If you would like to continue learning about mathematics, you can check out the videos on the left.